everyone, how are you doing? I hope well, and welcome to Teaching 2, where we're going to talk about vocal health. The big topic. We have no choice. We can't avoid it. It's a very important element in maintaining your vocal instrument, but the way that I'm going to introduce it to you today, I believe will change again your whole perspective and understanding when it comes to maintaining vocal health, longevity. Okay, so a quick review. In Teaching 1, I introduced you to the voice as an instrument. So we learned that this instrument consists of the entire body. We also learned that it is considered to be an internal instrument. Yes, because it's located within the human body. We also learned that it was a wind instrument, and then we went through the process of how to create a sound. Okay, so if you didn't see that video, it's Teaching 1. Make sure you need that foundation. You need the base. Okay, let us begin. So, I'm sure he's like, okay, yeah, vocal health. Well, I will break it down for you because I know when it comes to vocal health, you go onto the net and there is like 1,000,001 do's or not to do's and do this and do that. So many opinions. I get it. It's just okay. You could feel overwhelmed. It's like, okay, well, what do I really do? So I'm going to break it down where now it's not like, oh, I don't feel like it. You have no choice. So are you ready for this? Here we go. So we've already established that the voice is an instrument. So the fact that you're playing the voice, then you will be considered to be a musician. That was the word. You'll be considered to be a musician. Now look at this. I do not know any musicians who are professionals or serious, if they had to do a gig, that they would just take their instrument out of the case without even doing nothing to it and start playing. Obviously, that's just not professional. And that just doesn't happen. It doesn't work like that. Because in order for the musician to ensure that, his playing is on point, especially if you're playing in front of a big arena and these artists that you're, Celine Dion, if you're a musician, then you don't play. Am I right? So obviously, they're going to do everything that they need to do to make sure that the instrument is on point and to ensure get this, quality of the instrument. So they're going to do everything that they know they need to do so that when it's time to play the instrument, the quality that will be coming out of the instrument would be on point. See where I'm going with this? So again, I don't know of any musician who is a professional, that means this is their profession, who would take something as lightly as not preparing their instrument before getting on stage. For example, a violinist, right? You have to do certain things to ensure the quality, guys, of the violin. So what? Before you have to You have to wax the bow, for sure. There is a reason. And you have to tune the strings. Imagine an amazing violinist who is world renowned, had a concert, did not prepare his instrument, and when he started playing, it was off. So it had nothing to do with his ability. He was an amazing violinist, but it's unfortunate the instrument in which he was playing on that particular day was off. The quality was not there. Do you see where I'm going with this, guys? This is where a shift of your mindset has to completely change when it comes to your voice. So I'm going to change the word. We're not going to talk about vocal health today. No, we're going to talk about pre-preparation that you need to do as a musician to ensure the quality of your sound. That means even before warming up. So a lot of you thought that by warming up the voice, that's where you're going to get the quality. No. No. Warming up has to be done after, because you could even still damage your vocal cords by warming up and without doing step number 1, which is to ensure the quality. Are you with me? So those of you who thought warming up was enough, that will get your voice going, no, I'm here to tell you that is so wrong, and that you're still damaging your vocals, your vocal cords. Okay? So anyways, that is in lesson 3. When we'll talk about warming up, and how y'all been warming up is a big no-no. Okay, got it? Good. So let's go and discover what are these things that you have to do to ensure the best quality from within the instrument, okay? The voice instrument. So the 2 main key things that you need to do as a vocalist to ensure the quality of your sound. Not warming up is not going to do that. I'm being repetitive because I just want to make sure you guys know. First 2 things, you've probably heard about them, but I'm introducing it to you in a whole different way, is to be well hydrated, yes, and mucus free. Good? So by you ensuring that you're well hydrated and that you are mucus free, then you know that the quality that you will be producing is on point, and you've done your job. Check. Okay? All right, so let's go into details about what does it take to be well hydrated. So to be well hydrated, my dear friends, there's 3 ways. Okay? So that means this is a foolproof, 360-degree foolproof. So that if one fails, which are the whole point, it doesn't, you are covered elsewhere. So it's so much more than just drinking water, my dear, my dears, and to keep yourself hydrated. So here we go. There are 3 ways. Now we're getting into territory you probably didn't know. So you have to make sure that you're well hydrated systematically. I'll explain that. Directly, so that's systematic hydration, direct hydration, and the last one is external hydration. Wow, who would have thought that you have to go through all of that just to hydrate your cords? Yep, it's so much more than just drinking water. So let's start off with the first one, systematic. So when we're talking about systematic, it's basically as it says. That means you need to hydrate your cords internally. And the fact that it's systematic, it needs to go through the system in order for you to hydrate your cords. So that way takes a little bit longer, much longer. So here's a little interesting tip for you. For those of you who've been drinking your water while you're either doing your worship or you're doing your concert or your show, and you think that, oh, you're hydrating your cords, wrong. Because now they're debating, but it takes about a minimum, let's say 35 minutes minimum. Now they're debating till 12 hours because everyone's body is different. But at least a minimum of 35 minutes from the time that you went that water will go through your system and actually hydrate your cords. And that may not happen if you ain't drinking enough water. See? So if you didn't know, now you know. So all this drinking that you're doing on stage and you're doing 1 or 2 songs is doing nothing at all for your cords. We will get to that, okay? So that's the first way. How to hydrate your cords systematically is definitely by drinking water. Other things that can be done is drinking teas for sure. And you are also ensuring that you are definitely hydrating your cords. Now here's another very interesting thing that that majority of us has always overlooked when it comes to drinking water and hydrating the cords. One of the biggest mistakes that we've all been making is that, number 1, you drink when you're thirsty. Don't drink when you are thirsty. Don't do it, because what's going to happen is that need to chug down that water. So you're going to do this, you're going to go. So what happens? All those big chunks, when you gulp your water down, before you know it, you have an appointment with the bathroom because it goes straight to your bladder. And then you say, well, I'm drinking water, but I find that I'm going to the bathroom more often. The reason why is because you're chugging it down. The secret in order to make sure that the water is going through your system to hydrate the cords is to take little sips. So that's why your best friend is the spout, the bottle with the spout, a bottle with a spout. And what happens with a bottle with the spout when you're taking it? You know, you have to suck it, literally suck it, just to get enough water in your mouth. Then you could swallow. Okay, so that's the type of bottle that you want to make sure you have by your side to ensure that you're hydrating your cords. Okay, very good. So that was two very important facts that you probably didn't know. By the time you take the sip, it takes about 35 minutes. Now they're debating to 12 hours before it actually gets to your vocal cords. Number two, if you chug down the water, that means drinking when you're thirsty, then all of that water is going straight to the toilet. And that's what we don't want that. So it's to sip your water with a spout, ensuring that your cords will be well hydrated. That's where teas are perfect, because obviously teas are too hot to chunk down. So you end up actually sipping the tea and taking little portions. And definitely you are hydrating your cords when you have tea. Other ways that you can hydrate your cords is by eating vegetables and fruits that have definitely a high water content, and you are covered in terms of making sure that you're well hydrated systematically. Interesting, eh? Good. Second now is the direct hydration. So that's why we say direct, because that's the only, out of all the three, that's the only one that has a more immediate effect on your vocal cords. And when we're talking about direct, we are talking about steam. Okay? So I'm sure you guys heard the saying, oh, I sing better when I'm in my shower. Well, now we know what the secret is because when you're in your shower, all of that beautiful goodness, that humidity, that steam, you're just you're like swallowing it, and your cords are singing hallelujah to you, because now you're helping that flexibility, and they're getting hydrated directly. Okay, so the benefits of having direct hydration, it really helps to take the swelling down from the vocal cords. It helps to definitely soothe. It helps to get rid of the mucus. There's so many things that are wonderful and even therapeutic when you take the time to hydrate your cords directly. So now the question is, okay, Jennifer, how do you do that? Well, first of all, I did mention by taking hot steaming baths. Why? There's a lot of steam, a lot of humidity that you're just inhaling, and it's having a direct effect on your vocal cords. Okay, now let's just say obviously you can't be taking a shower 24/7. Other ways, a more conventional way, is by getting a pot, boiling it, and then getting your towel, the old-fashioned way, putting the towel over the pot and just having these wonderful inhaling sessions of the steam. That is definitely having direct hydration. Excellent. Now, let's just say obviously that where you're performing, there's no stove and it's a lot to carry a pot and all that stuff. We don't want to do that. So this is what I encourage all of my students. So I'm encouraging you to invest in a portable steamer. Ta-da! Okay, so one of my mentors, love her as an artist, is Lettucey. And I mean, she does not go anywhere without her Pure Mist. And she would even tell you that she steams before her performances and after her performances. And why? Because when you're performing, after the performance, all the blood that rushes to your vocal cords and the swelling, this helps to, again, as I said, take the swelling down from the vocal cords, soothe them, especially after that vigorous workout that you just had up and down, okay? So this is a wonderful investment for you if you're a professional worship leader. Guys, this is how you need to take care of your voice. It's called my Pure Mist. This one I was able to order on Amazon, okay? Now let's just say that you don't have that for the moment. Well, one of the next things that you need to do, a face cloth, okay? So what you do with this until you're able to equip yourself with a portable steamer is, this is good enough for the moment, is by going into the bathroom, putting extremely hot water, as much as you can take it with your hand, squeeze it, put it over your face, and inhale. So it's not going to be as effective, but you're still going to get great benefits by steaming your vocals before you perform or anything like that. Okay, guys, so this is what direct hydration allows you as a vocalist to, the benefits is incredible. Alrighty, so you could either, as I expressed for the moment, do this, okay? If not, invest definitely in a portable steamer. My one is called Pure Mist. Or there's the showers that you do in the morning, and obviously you could do the conventional way. I would encourage you, if this is something, this is your profession and you're serious, I would say, Matt, if you could go up to 3 sessions a day. I mean, that's a lot, but I mean, that would be what you would call a good balance of at least a minimum of 10 minutes. 10 minutes. And I mean, if not 3, at least 2. Or let's start off with 1, but the fact that this is something that you are doing on a regular basis, trust me, you will feel and see the difference. Okay, good. Last but not least is external. Now, the reason why you have to have external hydration, what it does, it ensures that there's an adequate moisture in the air that you're in, the air that you're inhaling. Okay, so external. So it's obviously we don't have control of everywhere that we go, but the places that we do as a vocalist, ensure that you have a humidifier. Okay, right now I have one in my room. Without fail, it is on, and I definitely see the benefits. Oh, without a doubt. Okay, now let's say you don't have a humidifier, but you should get one. Again, this is something that you need to invest in, because why? In your home environment, in your room, you can create and put enough adequate humidity within the atmosphere. At work, at your workplace, obviously it may be a little bit difficult, but if you have a private desk that's yours, then I would suggest buying those small little ones and just letting the humidity, just come and refresh your air. Okay, one of the artists that I respect so much, she is so disciplined, is Celine Dion. She does not play. So if you've ever had an opportunity to see any of her documentaries on YouTube where they capture a moment of her rehearsing, without fail, you would see her steamer there and the steam coming up as she's rehearsing. She's not playing. She understands the importance of keeping that elasticity, and especially the fact that she's always singing high notes. I mean, this is what's happening to her chords. Do you get it, guys? Voila. So to ensure, the first thing that you need to do to ensure the quality of your sound before you do any type of warming up, that is your responsibility as a vocalist. So we're not even talking about vocal health. What's interesting is just following those 2 categories. Everything that you would read on the internet when it comes to vocal health, to do or not to do, falls under one of those categories, either keeping yourself well hydrated or mucus free. So I broke it down to you where it's something that you can grasp. And for you, come on guys, if you're a worship leader, don't play. If you're an artist and you're a lead singer, you're a recording artist, don't play, guys. You need to make sure your quality is on point. Good? Yay. Now let's go to being mucus free. So that's the second thing. I think that is our biggest, that is our enemy of enemies. Mucus. It's the worst thing. Mucus is very difficult to get rid of, If you've even, for me, even when I'm doing cooking or chicken and you see the mucus around the chicken, just to get that thing to separate it, it's so difficult. It's stubborn. Okay, and once you have vocal mucus on your cords, what happens is obviously the cords will thicken because it's going to prevent the mucus from entering into the lungs. But when you have thick cords now, what happens when it tries to vibrate? Very difficult. And then so the cords can't vibrate and it's stuck there. And a lot of us, I know, have experienced that. And you're singing, you're like constantly clearing your throat. That's the worst. And again, it's your responsibility to make sure that you are mucus free, because now if you're a professional and people are coming to see you in concert, guys, there's no excuse. There is none. So here are things that you can do on a regular basis, not once in a while, because once you do it on a regular basis, this is you conditioning the vocals. Okay. All right. So being mucus free, yes, is important, because as I expressed this, it's difficult to sing or even have mucus. So, you have to get rid of it. So let's discuss first, how do you get the mucus? And then after, we'll discuss the key things that you can do to remove it. All right, so you get mucus obviously by the things you eat. We've heard about this, but it's not just the typical milk and chocolate and dairy things. No, you'd be surprised, because all of our systems are different. We react differently. There are a whole list of foods that once you consume them would create mucus within your system. So you have to be aware. So yes, be careful. So I'm not going to tell you now, all right, because if you love dairy, that you're going to forever remove dairy from your system. No, this is not what I'm telling you. However, you need to know how your body works by understanding how many days does it take for you to eliminate whatever food from your system. So let's say that you're someone that it takes 5 days to eliminate, right? So if you know you have a concert that's coming in within the next 5 days, people, stay away from the milk, stay away from the cheese, stay away from the corn, stay away from every and anything that will create mucus within your system. And go to the things that will keep it more hydrated, because the more water you have, obviously then it thins out the mucus, and then it makes it easier for you to control. All right, so that's what I would say. So it's knowing your system. How long does it take for you to get rid of it? And that's how you can judge and work around your performances. So it's all about having a whole system on point. And as soon as your performance is done and you don't have another performance, girl, you could reach for that cheeseburger, you could reach for anything, because you're done. The whole purpose is that the quality is on point when you are playing your instrument. Okay, so that's how you accumulate mucus. Other ways that you can is by overusing your voice. So if you're practicing the night before, guys, for like 3-4 hours, please do know that the vocals are not, supersonic mode, all right, or bulletproof mode. So know that while you're sleeping, your body will produce mucus to heal and kind of cover the cords. So when you wake up in the morning and you have this really heavy vocals and you don't understand, and you're always clearing it, or you're trying to project or push, you are damaging your voice. You need to get rid of the mucus first, so that it's easier for you to manage. Got it? Excellent. So the question is, how do you get rid of mucus? So I think of mucus, this is the best analogy I could give you, like ice, okay? You could thick ice, so thick that people, I don't know how they do it, I don't know why, will build their houses or their little sheds and go fishing. I will never do that, but that's all good. So that's how thick ice can be, that even if you pick at it, it will be unmovable. The only way that you can break through ice is to get a substance that would break it down, making it easier for you now to start chipping at it. So obviously salt, the minute you put salt on ice, that thing just goes through. So anything that you can use that will help dissolve it, making it easier for you to get rid of, that's what you should be taking. Number one is just water. Period. If you already have a good routine of just taking in your water daily, at least minimum, 2 liters? That's what it is, or even more, 2.5 liters. Then you don't have to worry. It's easy for you to get rid of the mucus because the water naturally thins it out. If you were already on a regular routine of steaming your vocal cords, then already it's easy for you to get rid of the mucus. Okay, so hair, definitely it was number one, drinking the water. Other thing, well, this is what I do every single morning, and let me tell you, it works because I do have a lot of mucus that I accumulate because I am part-time asthmatic. So I have a lot of mucus within my lungs, right? So without a fail, no problems. This is my number one thing, people. Da 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 da. Can you see that? Yes, apple cider vinegar. It is the to-go. Look at my bottle is almost done, okay? This is daily. So what I do every single morning without fail, okay, especially with the COVID-19 too, there's so many benefits of, apple cider vinegar. It's unbelievable. Go take the time, research. So without fail, I have my hot water. I am going to put 3 capfuls of my beautiful apple vinegar cider, which I have no problem with mucus when I do this in the mornings. And I add my lemon, okay? So lemon alone, you can do it with water. That helps to rid of the mucus. Just be a bit careful because it is drying, a little acidic, okay? But this is my combination with this. Manuka honey, people. Okay, anyways, Manuka honey, I'll mention it for something else, but I'm just showing you what I do every single morning. That's the first thing that I put in my system, something warm tea, and that is apple cider vinegar, lemon, with the lemon, half lemon, and Manuka honey. And I can stand by it. My vocals are ready to go. And because it's something that I do on a daily basis, my system is already ready. Okay? Good. So that's one of the things that can be done, but you could do them separately. Separately, this works. Separately, this works. This definitely works, but you have to be careful because it has obviously, a drying effect. So just be careful with, making sure you're not overdoing it, but gargling with salt is good. Again, using the ice as an example, mucus. So in order for you to break up that mucus, you need something that will penetrate through it and break it up, making it easier for you to get rid of. Got it? Excellent. Alrighty. A whole other things. Apple is good. Bread, that's one of the things I definitely do. For me, bread, when I'm actually recording in the studio, I without fail will have my piece of bread there, because if I feel that I'm not able to produce the chords, I eat my bread because it's good. Number one. I don't have to worry about anything with my system, because it's not heavy, it's very light. So I'm able to bring about a good breath support and still get rid of the mucus, okay? Apples, the peel of the apple, but be careful, because for me, I don't do that because I find little particles get stuck and I'm in a coughing frenzy. But again, all of these things I'm sharing with you are things that I do, but I would please want you to try it. You have to try for yourself and maybe something else. But the fact is, know that we are different. My system is different. I react differently to yours. I'm just sharing with you what I do. Excellent. Very good, guys. So that is mucus-free, being what it is to be mucus-free. All right. And well-hydrated. Putting those two things together ensures vocal. Your quality would be on point. And voila. So I've broken it down to you. Vocal health, no more. Pre-preparation to ensure the quality of your instrument. That is what we're on, that mindset. So these are the things that you need to do. Excellent. All right. Have an amazing week. We are 2 teachings already in our journey to take you from a singer to a vocalist. I am so proud of you guys. Keep doing the work. And I'll see you. Bye.